Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Well, amazing day yesterday, isn't it? The market was totally bullish. In fact, in the initial stage, it was not looking that great. The morning, the market opened it with a gap up, but then it was looking like it would be a sideways day. In fact, till afternoon, the market was kind of totally sideways, and there was no major power coming in from any of the sector. And that is what kind of led to a feeling that the market may actually be flat. And there was generally a feeling in the market that since the market has opened with a gap up, there are chances that there could be a sell-off. But then afternoon, we could see the market actually gaining momentum, and it started moving up. In fact, it started moving up so much that finally it did break the major resistance at 18,650. In fact, we had discussed this point yesterday, if you remember. If you have not watched yesterday's podcast, do go watch it. I had specifically told this that 18,650 is going to be a very important range, and if that is broken, then the markets are going to see a breakout. And also, we had hinted yesterday in the podcast that the higher the chances, there are higher chances of a breakout than a breakdown. And this also was told yesterday. So do mark my words. I will look at that video yesterday. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. 650 was broken and we could see a major breakout. We could see Reliance, L&T and HDFC leading the show. So L&T, which had corrected from all-time high, is actually now looking like it is rallying back up. And of course, things are looking good. So, I have absolutely my investment in L&T, which is going well. So I'm really happy about it. And of course, Reliance also gave in some power after expectations of, crude oil prices going up in the upcoming months. So these are few things which actually fueled the rally yesterday. But then, of course, the major resistance of 18,650 is broken. So that means the upward trend continues in the Indian stock market. And right now, yesterday, we could see the Nifty closing at 18,726. In fact, it was slightly higher, but then, of course, the weighted average brought it down to 726. But then, market is, of course, looking bullish. The way things are going, it looks like the all-time high of Nifty itself is going to be broken in maybe a few weeks. So that's something that could be on the cards. So cheers to everyone who had actually invested, a few months back when the market was actually low, and we were really confident of the market coming up. And I'm sure all of those people who had invested those times are sitting with some amazing profit there. Now, if you ask me, is it still a good time to invest? I always say the best time for investment was yesterday. If you missed that, then today. Because tomorrow, nobody knows what's going to happen. The future is totally unpredictable. Nobody in the world can ever predict that. And only thing that we know is consistent, disciplined investment is what grows your money, and not dreaming about it. So if you're, if you have been dreaming for a long time, it's time you take an action and get going. Because of course, I'm sure Indian stock market is going to go on a bigger rally. But then, when is that going to happen is something that is not known to anyone. But this thing is for sure. Mark my words, in the next upcoming few years, India is going to make a mark. So that's something very important. Well, coming to the market yesterday, of course, we could see FIAs and DIAs both on the buying side. In fact, the FIAs have bought for almost 1,300 crores after a short break. But then DIAs also joined them and bought for almost 300 plus crores. So it was more than 1,700 crores of net buying yesterday, which led to this big rally. So the next important part to look at was yesterday. We could see the IT stocks kind of trying to recover from the lows, and that was something good. In fact, another good news came in where TechM saw a gradual interest of investment from LIC. In fact, over a period of last 6 months, the data that has come out yesterday says that over a period of last 6 months, LIC has been constantly increasing its stake in TechM. And I think it's gone up from like 6% to around 8%. And TechM is, of course, one thing is there, TechM is at very close to its 52-week low, has not been performing well for a long time. But this is the general for IT sector. But then as US markets tend to recover, IT sector also could tend to recover. So that is the expectation. And the second thing, TechM is a fundamentally strong company. So there is no reason for the company not to perform. But it is a consolidation phase that it has been for a long time. Probably there are chances that when LIC, news of LIC investing into TechM comes out, a lot of retail investors would be interested there as well. So that could actually lead TechM higher. That is something important to watch. The next important thing is a company that has been in consolidation, and LIC, if it invests in a private company, always the positivity is higher. So these are few things which would actually trigger a TechM at this point of time. So that could be on our watch list for now. I am already personally invested there. This is just for sharing my information. So I am not going to add much more at this point of time. So I am expecting it to kind of, bring it to come into profits as we go. So that's one thing. Apart from that, if you look at the US market yesterday after Indian markets closed, before US, let me talk about Europe. So European markets have closed in negative or flat. Most of the markets have closed in flat or negative. Similarly, Asian markets also were almost flat. So yesterday it was just India which has actually rallied like this. The same sentiment was seen in the US also. US also did not see any major rally. So it was kind of a flat day in the US as well. And US futures are also looking flat. But as of now, if you look at SGX Nifty, it's kind of looking slightly positive, probably because of the huge positivity on the Indian market by the institutions. So of course, that is looking good. So we might open with a small gap up or at least flat today. And what happens after that is something very important to watch. Today is very important because today we have the monetary policy meeting. And the details will be coming out by 10 a.m. in the morning. So this is something that could actually trigger some, fear in the market. So of late, if you see, most of the markets have kind of paused, but then surprisingly, Australia has increased the rates by 0.5%. Same with Canada. So these are two countries which has raised. For India, there's no reason to raise the interest rate. Expectation is that the market will, as RBI will not raise interest rates anymore. But if at all, just about 2-3% chances. But if at all the 2-3% chances RBI thinks of raising the interest at this point of time, then naturally the markets can see a fall. So that could be a slightly dangerous situation. So the fall could be big also, especially when the market is at this point of high. But this chances is just about 3% to 5%, I would say. 95% chances that market may not see this kind of, not see a rate hike. So that is something that we will be closely watching. Apart from that, also the commentary that comes in from the RBI governor during this meeting is something that would be triggering some more movement in the market. So today, markets are going to be super volatile. So I would kind of prefer to stay away from the market, but I've got some positions in trading, which kind of maybe, based on situation, I might exit or reduce my position based on the market situation. That is about the trading part. About the investors, it is actually time to book some partial profit if you are a short-term investor. But for a long-term investor, you don't even have to worry. It is just the up and down swing, which is part of the market. But if you are a short-term investor, do look at booking some profits. Probably you could use that fund for taking next trades when markets actually can, perform, have a dip somewhere. So that's it for now. I don't see any questions. So if you have any questions related to your personal finance, investment or insurance, you can just post in the comment section and we will be answering that in the next podcast. So not only that, you can also be part of a community free of cost. All you need to do is contact the team on the number mentioned in the scroll, and our team will help you join the community free of cost. So that's it for now. This is Srikanth Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do remember to press the like button if you love the content that we share. Of course, motivates us a lot. And do share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye. Have a great day.